Alright guys, it's been about 20 minutes. I have to recap something real quick. As you can see, the game looks a little different because I lost about a minute and a half of game time. It was like at 7 minutes when we left off last, and now as you can see in the top right, it's 5:42. I started recording, and I was in the middle of commentating, and the video cut out. And I got furious, because I was trying to figure out why it was cutting out so much. So I got mad with it. I decided to just yank the SD card out of the system, throw it in my laptop, and see what was wrong. And apparently, when the data gets close to being full, that's when it has trouble writing. I only had 4 gigabytes left of data on the card. It was at 23. This is a 32, but due to the installation and all that stuff, it's really only 28. It was at 23.9 of 28. And that's when I was like, oh, that's why it's having trouble, because it's almost full. It's like it's trying to let me know something, you need to clear up some space. So that's what I did. I took off all the Roblox videos, threw them on 2 separate folders on my desktop, and I cleared about 14 gigabytes left of space. So hopefully we'll have no more trouble. Like I said in an update video that I haven't been feeling real uploady lately, even though I could upload whenever I wanted to now. And more than likely, I'll just... Well, when this comes out, I will have already uploaded all my Roblox videos, hopefully. So let's get back to the action, shall we? You didn't miss much from the time we lost the footage to now. Both teams traded 4 points each. Leota, up inside, can't get it to go down. Minnesota does have a 10-point lead, though. Childs for New York, inside the ring. Here comes Houston. Fires. Nice bucket. It's going to cut the lead back to 8. A little over 5 minutes left here in the first. Peeler gives it off to Roberts. Roberts over to Garnett, who was open. Takes the shot, but it's blocked. Tries it again. Can't get it to go down. Garnett, a little bit slow to start here in this game. Ewing, from outside the ring, gives it off to Houston, who tries it and knocks it down. I tell you what, Houston has got at least 8 points already. Stolen. In that first game between San Antonio and Philadelphia, both teams accounted for 30 steals the entire game. We're only up to 4 here near the end of the first, as that shot missed. Childs has been the only substitution, and he's in for Minnesota, I believe. Garnett, and it's a defensive foul on Johnson. That's the 4th one for the team. Here come more substitutes. Only one for Minnesota. And I did make a mistake. I did say Childs was on the T-Wolves. I'm wrong. Childs is actually the only substitute for the Knicks. Peeler wide open, knocks down the bucket. Childs looking, gives it off to Houston, back out to Childs. Over to Ewing. Ewing looking, and the dunk and jam. Found a lane, was able to cross up his defender, and he just threw it down. The fans here at Madison Square a little bit fired up, but not a bunch of crowd noise right now as Minnesota gets another bucket. You know something I just have noticed? Johnson knocks down the bucket in the paint. So the first game we had was Philly and San Antonio. That's an East and West. Same situation here in Game 2, an East versus West. as Minnesota knocks that down. It's still an 8-point lead. Haven't had any same-sided cities, even though we did almost have one here. The first initial matchup, as I believe that was Childs that just knocked that down. The first initial matchup here for Game 2 was going to be Boston and Charlotte, but right as I was reading out Charlotte's name, that's when the recording screwed up the first initial time, and before the game had even started, I decided to scrub it and just pick 2 new teams, and here we are with Minnesota and New York. I almost thought about restarting this game, but since it was only really a minute and a half of footage that I lost, I felt that it was unnecessary. Camby rebounded by Leota after Camby's shot missed. Here come the Toodles. Garnett wide open. Knox can't get it to go down. Kevin Garnett, a future Hall of Famer. A little bit cold here to start out in the Big Apple. Johnson can't get his shot to go down. Leota with the rebound. I believe that's his third. Parks nearly had a lane. Marbury's going to find it all the way up to the top, but he can't get it. Gets his own rebound, nothing doing. Johnson now has it. Ewing with the jump shot. Can't get it, and it's going to be rebounded by Leota. Parks. Garnett looking, back out to Peeler, back out to Marbury. 3 to shoot, Garnett up inside the key, can't get it, gets his own rebound. And Marbury now back out outside the ring. Oh, and a defensive foul, and that one's going to go to the free throw line. That's a personal. So Peeler heads to the line, he's going to shoot 2. Takes his first one, it's a swish, nice in there. It's going to be substitution time. So Dudley will come in for Ewing. Starks will come in for Childs. Will Minnesota make a substitution? No, they won't. Peeler takes his second. Can't get it to go. Starks looking around. Passes out to Johnson, who's over to Dudley. Dudley's actually a good shooter. I remember him in the first series. So New York down 10 at one point has now cut it to 5. Would be 6 had Peeler made his second free throw. Parks in double coverage, nearly stolen, gives it to Garnett. Lots of traffic trying to get there. Garnett can't get a shot. It's a shot clock violation on the T-Wolves. And here come more substitutes. This has been a long 5 minutes and 42 seconds. I will say that much right now. This first video I'm doing is almost about to end in a minute. Starks. Over to Dudley. Looking for room. Like I said, Dudley in the first series when the Knicks played the Suns was a good series. Dudley, I think, had 12 points. Houston range a 3. Can't get it, but Dudley with the rebound and the jam. My goodness. And if we're not careful, this video is going to get cut short, but it should be alright. Carr, and that's a defensive foul. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to stop it right there.